Hi fellow vintage lovers. In this video I'm doing a voiceover from an old haul where we went to some local rummage sales around our town. We had just come back from doing the world's longest yard sale on Highway 127. It's 690 miles of yard sale, so we were gone for 2 full days yard sailing. So we were pretty happy to the next weekend find a couple of sales which were local to us. We had an estate sale and a couple of yard sales, so it was a good day to do some rummaging locally and not to drive far. So first up, I picked up these 2 handmade Disney sweaters. The first one was Donald Duck. Let me go back for you here so you can see it. This sweet little Donald Duck sweater, hand knitted, again, 100% wool, probably a 5T size. It sold for $45.56. It sold within 7 months and I paid $5. And then the Mickey Mouse one behind it is blue, and I sold it to my friend Alexis. She has a little boy. It was a perfect size for him. I sold it for $20 to her, sold it within 3 months of listing, and again, I paid $5 for this one as well. So that one went to a friend, which was super nice, and it's fun to know that she will let that live on with her little guy. Next up, I picked up these really interesting little Hallmark envelope decorations. Basically, they were like a party in an envelope made by Hallmark, probably 60s, 70s. I'll show you here in just a minute. I listed the whole set together. They are still available. And basically, they're pop-out centerpieces. So this one is a clown. Real cute little winky face. Stands real tall with that hat. Real just sweet little yarn hair. And then the next one is a pop-out flowered watering can, perfect for a little baby shower or even a sprinkle. You know, they already have a girl, but they're having another girl. You have a little sprinkle instead of a whole shower. Be a really cute thing to put out for a baby shower like that, or even a wedding shower. And then the final one is one of those pineapple fold-out guys, and it's a teddy bear, a yellow teddy bear. So I thought all of those were super cute, really sweet little pieces to add a touch of vintage decor to a party. Next up, I picked up this blows my mind that I'm even saying this because I'm a 90s kid through and through, but Basic Editions Walmart 90s clothing is hot right now. And I think that's hilarious because that's like what I wore all the time as a kid in high school, middle school. So this is a Basic Edition. It's thermal lined on the sleeves and then fleece lined on the inside with a real fun pattern. It's denim on the outside. It was a 2X. I bought it for myself actually, hoping that I could wear it as like an oversized deal, but because it was so thick, it didn't work as oversized. It just looked a little bit homeless. So I went ahead and listed it on my Etsy shop. It sold for $49.47. It sold within 20 days and I paid $1. So that's a tip. Basic Editions 90s. Pick that up. The mister found this tape recorder in its original box by GE. At first, I think I told him no, that I didn't want it, and then he pulled it out of the box and let me see that it was in near mint condition. So sparkly, not a scratch on it. Look at the shine on that silver part. It's just, it looks like it's never been used. All of its parts and pieces were there. It sold in the box for $89.47 within 3 months, and we paid $1 at an estate sale for it. Any kind of like music device that's vintage seems to sell. It's kind of crazy. It always sells and fairly quickly. This dress is the cutest thing. This little lady at this estate sale had a ton of fabric, and so she must have been a seamstress, but this little dress is so cute. It's real straight, real flowy, real cute, fun, vibrant, summery pattern, elastic neckline, kind of peasant top looking. I thought that was cute all by itself. But then I pulled this out from a bag below it. It is a pointy collar, button up, short sleeve shirt with the pockets and the cute buttons, not lined at all, so you could see right through it if you didn't wear it with that dress. I'm sure she meant it to be paired with that dress. I love little old ladies. They're so cute. So, of course, I had to take this home with me because it was the perfect set. It is listed and is still available, and I paid $1. So in this video, this old video, I'm telling you a story about the estate sale because when we went in, they said there's also a full basement, but you have to be careful if you go down there. And, you know, basements are all usually concrete, cinder block, whatever. Well, this one, the steps were concrete, but they were literally falling away from the wall. And I'm tall for a girl, I guess. I'm 5'7", and I had to practically be on my knees to take the last step down into the basement because the ceiling was so low. And when I tell you that there were cobwebs upon cobwebs upon cobwebs, I had to I kept walking low and shrinking my head down because I was so scared that I was gonna just end up with a spider's nest in my hair. But once we got down there was a whole wall of cabinets, and I believe this lady must have been a seamstress because there was tons of fabric, vintage fabric, new fabric, sewing supplies, and I believe that at one point she probably was the most organized little lady, but I don't think anybody had been down in that basement for many, many years. So it was a little bit of chaos because this was the second day of the estate sale, so everyone had already kind of picked through, combed through, kind of left a mess, which isn't very nice. But we kind of sifted through the chaos to find some of the cutest fabrics. So that is what I'm going to talk about next. Just a little tangent there, side story of some of the fun things you encounter when you're estate sailing. So first up, I picked up this. It is straight up 1970s polyester. Would have made the perfect little shirt, and I can see an old lady wearing it with, a pair of yellow polyester pants or green polyester pants. That's the vibe. That's just the vibe. That's the kind of old lady I'm going to be. So I know that this material was probably meant for a shirt to go with some pants. It sold, this remnant of fabric sold for $27.79. It sold within 4 months, and I paid $1. It's just so polyester. It's so leisure suit material. This is the grooviest pink and lime green fabric. It was a smaller section of fabric than the yellow, and it sold for $19.99 within 7 days of listing it, and I paid $1. This I love too, and it's real thick, almost like outdoor fabric, like cushion for outdoor furniture. It is still available, and I paid $1. There was quite a bit there. It's pretty thick and heavy. And then finally, I picked up this really cute piece of fabric. There's not a ton there, but it would make some cute pillows or something. I loved that mod kind of fruit motif. That is still available, and I paid $1. I just love the colors of that, the pink, purple, aqua, limey green, stripy strawberries, and stripy pears. It's just so mod. Next up, I picked up this bright, pretty floral tray. It is a fiberglass tray. It's still available, and I paid $1. It was pretty little. It's about 12 inches long, so it was kind of cute, kind of sweet, like a little child's tray. It's really, really cute. I do like to pick up trays, but trays don't like to sell for me. I usually end up keeping them, so it is what it is. When I find a cute one I can't pass up, I just take it home anyway. The next thing, there's a little story. The mister came up to me, and he had this one candle holder in a box, and he was like, "You want this?" And I said no, because I didn't. And then he flipped it over and showed me the Holt Howard sticker on the bottom. And so I was like, yes, I do want that. And then the guy heard us talking about it, and he's like, there was another one of those somewhere. There was a pair. And I was like, oh, do you know where it is? And he said, no, I don't think so. So we went on down to the basement. He followed us down after finding the second one for us. I love the handles of those. And they both do still have their Holt Howard Japan sticker, and one of them has the original box. They are still available, and I paid $1. It was super nice of him to go track that down, dig it out of a box from upstairs, and then come down into the crusty basement to find us so that we could have the pair. It was so sweet. Picked up this new in the box vintage men's tie rack. It's wood, walnut, and silver. It is still available, and I paid $1. Little tie racks like this tend to sell for me around Father's Day. Next, we picked this pretty Asian-inspired metal bowl tray dish. It's still available, and I paid $1. This is a cute story. These boots were originally from the 60s, I would say. The lady who was running the sale, these were hers originally. Her parents, she remembered her parents buying them for her. She remembered going to the mall parking lot to the Western store to buy these boots when she was a kid, and she was probably in her 60s. So these are so cute. The square toe, the worn leather, but they're still in like the most perfect condition. The soles aren't worn at all. They're still soft. They're not brittle. Original box. I just thought that was so cool. They did sell for $90, but the buyer returned them due to they didn't fit her. They were running a little small. So we relisted them, and they are still available. I paid $5 for those. I just thought it was so neat that they were from this town where I'm from, and they remembered shopping in the mall parking lot at the Western store. And I'm 40 and don't ever remember a Western store. So I know that had to have been a really, really long time ago. And finally, the last thing I picked up was this really cute hand-painted glazed ceramic light switch cover. The top says good morning, so when you flip it up, the lights come on, and the bottom says good night, and the little bird's asleep, so that when you flip the light switch down, it's dark. So I thought that was really cute. It sold for $27.79. It sold within 1 month, and I paid $1. So all in all, the cost of goods was $29. The gross profit was $280.07. After Etsy fees, I was left with $246.46, and the net profit after taking out the cost of goods was $217.46. How do you think I did? Does anything surprise you? Would you have left anything behind? Is there anything that you saw that's still available that you like? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.